Hello, teacher. My name is Danilo Salazar from the CAU Medellin. I'm making this video about the experience that I had in the practice service that I did at the school Pascuala Muñoz. Pascuala Muñoz is a small school. It's about 100 students, and they are students with low income. Most of them are girls, but there is some boys too. The school assigned me 3 different grades: grade 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. The teacher gave me the topics that I did teach in that school. I start on Mondays teaching 3rd grade. Then on Wednesdays, Monday teaching 4th grade. On Wednesdays, I was teaching 5th grade. And on Fridays, I was teaching 3rd grade. There were, every time that I went to that school, it was 2 hours of teaching. The tutor was next to me, and at the end of each class, she gave me a feedback. So how did I start teaching? Okay, the first thing that I did, I contact the tutor, and she gave me some topics to talk about. Many of a few of the topics that I teach there was the prepositions, was the numbers. I teach to directions, how to get to one place to another one. There I did clothing, when you wear clothing. Let me see, there were so many things, WH questions too. It was there, Christmas. So it was a lot of topics that I teach there. But every time I went to teach, I was on time, of course. I was on time. And the first thing that I did was do a prayer. I pray with the students, thanking God for the day, thanking God for them, thanking God for the teachers, and asking God to give us knowledge to each of the students and to me, so they can learn, I can teach. After that, I start class. How did I start class? Okay, at the beginning, the first day was difficult because I never teach kids. I never teach boys or girls. I always teach adults, and I always work for private schools, adults school, or for myself. I work, or I have my own. I used to have my own business, my own academy, or I teach through the internet. So it was not difficult to teach kids. Now, I was a little bit scared, nervous, of course, and I was trying to do my best, trying to connect with the kids. The good thing that I have is that I am very, and I'm gonna do this, funny. Oh, that's what they say, that's what the students say, that I'm very funny. And that's the way I get into people or into the kids. And the first day that I was there, I started teaching, but it was something that I did wrong. Of course, I didn't know that I was supposed to do that. Like I want to take a picture of some of the work that they did, but the teacher told me not to do it. The other thing was I didn't know how to correct discipline, how to discipline the boys in there, and especially with the separation of 2 meters because of the COVID-19. And that was another thing. Another thing, I didn't bring my alcohol at school at the first day or the second day, I think it was. But anyway, everything went well. Everything went well. The first thing that I did there, like I was saying before, I always put the date on top of the board. So right here on the top, I put the date, I know, for example, today, I put today is Wednesday 28, 2021. That was the first thing I did. So every day or every time I went there, I read that day for them, or I asked them what day was today, and they told me what day was today. The second thing that I did, I wrote the topic on the board. I wrote the topic. So if I let's say WH questions, WH questions. So that was one of the topics that I teach them. And with this, let's take this one. Let's take this topic, WH questions. How did I teach that? Okay, this topic right here, I asked them at the first, I asked them what was WH question. Some of them told me what it was. The other ones did not, of course, because some of them know a little bit more English than other ones. And the ones that know English a little bit more, I use them to help the other ones, the ones that do not know English or that didn't know English. So I got the WH question. I started asking questions. I make some paper, some photocopies. I made some photocopies. I don't have it in here, but this is a different one. I made some photocopies where what was the WH question. I explained to them what was the WH questions, and little by little, I made some flashcards, and I showed them the flashcard, and I told them if it's a person, is who. If the question is with what, okay, it could be an action or a thing. If the question is with where, is a place. So doing that, they learn different ways to ask. If I show them the picture, I show them a person, so they made a question with who. If I show them a place like a police station or a fire station or a hotel, they make a question with where, and etc. 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 After I did that, right, I showed them a video about WH question, a small video about, I don't know, 3 minutes maybe, a little bit less, a little bit more, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. I made the video, and after the video, I give them some papers like this, where they can write, or they can paint, or they can cut. It was different ways that I teach them. In the report that I did in paper that I'm gonna send you with this video, with the link of the video, I talk about what I did there. What did I use? Example, for those WH questions, I make this by myself. Okay, as you can see, there's which over here, there's Y over here, and there's a numbers over here. I'm sorry if I don't pick it the right way. There's numbers over here, okay? Number 1, let's see, number 2, number 1. And what did I do with this? What did I do with this was something that I came up, through my head to teach them what was where and which and how and why. So what I did, I gave this to 2 different students. One throw this one right here with the questions. If this one, when they drop them off, stop and why, okay? The other student have to throw this one right here, okay? And if the dice, this dice, stop on 2 or in 1, so they have to do or 2 questions with where, or 1 question with where. If stop right here on pick, so they have to pick somebody else from the other team, because I always divide the group in 2 teams. So this is the, to pick over here, or maybe they throw a pass, so they pass it to the other team, or maybe again they have to throw it again. So it was a fun game to do. Another thing that I did when we were talking about weather, what's the little tree right here? See a little tree? That little tree has different. It's four of them, but I didn't finish it, of course. But it has different. This is for spring. Sorry, this is a spring right here, and this is summer. Okay, so this one over here is supposed to be, two other ones that I have right here that I didn't finish. The other one was for winter, etc. So they made. I give them. I make photocopies. They cut the tree and they paint the tree too, and they glue it together. So it was a full tree, all four sizes. It was a full tree with the 4 seasons, and that was another way that I teach them, so they can remember how to. They can remember the weather and the seasons. And with the season, of course, we learn to clothe and we learn other things that were important for them. Okay, this was the way that I was teaching them, and every day I improve myself a little bit more, and I give them. I know that they learn a lot. When they came to me, when I started with them, they knew a little bit vocabulary and phrases. They didn't know how to make phrases, so I explained to them how to do it, etc., etc. And I know they learn a lot. They like my classes. They really enjoy the classes. I enjoy classes too with them, and I because it was my first time teaching it at school. I took a lot of them. I took a lot of things, positive things from the kids. Sometimes we think that we teach, but we learn too, even though that we're not learning English because they don't know English. But we're learning different things from them. We're learning that they got problems like we do. We learned that many of them learned it different ways. That's why I use the multiple intelligence. I use sound. I use writing. I use listening. I use video. I use cutting things. I use a lot of things for them to learn. It was a nice project. I really didn't do a project myself with all this, but because the teacher had all the topics that I needed to teach, and it was easier for me. It took me a long time finding videos and games and stuff like that in the internet, and thinking about what I'm gonna do the next day for them, for them to enjoy class. And like I was saying, I learned a lot from them. The kids are beautiful. Kids are very, very polite. Kids are very humble. Kids tell you the truth right there and then. They don't wait to tell you that. If you do good, they tell you you're good. If you do bad, they tell you you're doing bad. So I learned a lot from them, and I know they learned a lot too from me. It was moments that were sad, sad moments. I don't want to talk about that now, but it was a sad moment there, and it was a moment that we're happy, and they asked questions and everything. So I don't know if this what I'm talking about here is gonna help my notes, or if this video is the one that you were asking me to talk about. What I want to talk about was the school. I cannot say anything about the tutor. The tutor was very good, very conscious. I learned a lot from her because she got a lot of experience on teaching. With kids I don't. And what do I take from this learning process? Experience. That's what I'm gonna take. I got experience now that if one day I'm gonna have to teach a school, or I'm gonna have to teach, I don't know, a private school, I don't know. So I'm taking that experience that I have now, teaching these kids in this school. And I don't know what else to say. I think that's it, and I hope that one day I'm gonna have the opportunity to teach kids again. I like it. I really like it. It was fun. It was nice. It was something different for me. I never teach kids like I said before. It was something different for me, and 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 the experience stays in there for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna apply this experience, not only the experience of being a practice teacher in that school, but experience that I've taken from the classmates from SECAR and from the teachers. I'm gonna take all that in my daily life when I teach, and I'm gonna apply to my work, that is teaching, of course. So I thank you, teacher, for giving me the opportunity to do this video, give me opportunity to learn from you, and I thank SECAR for give me the opportunity to be one of the students. So thank you very much, and this video was made for professional practice and for la Corporación Universitaria del Caribe, and thank you very much.